You're not supposed to be on a couch. When your dad sees this, he's gonna be mad. If you hear squeaks, I have a dog. Did you just hear my hip crack? What a perfect way to start this video. So, I've been wanting to do this video for a really long time. I don't know what's taken me so long, but I'm doing it now. Today I'm going to be talking about kind of my body in little battles and big battles I'm going through, and kind of how I've been getting better and not being in pain all the time. This will make more sense in a sec. As we all know, pain sucks, both emotional and physical. Pain sucks. Whenever I'm in pain, especially my back pain, it kind of like will almost like spread to my chest. Like it's just this like overall ache like everywhere. It sucks when I'm in cars or on a plane, or if like I'm trying to fall asleep. It's the worst thing ever. And I really personally, I try to avoid taking ibuprofen or Advil or anything like that, just because I know it's not the best thing for you and it's not the worst thing for you, but I'd rather just stay natural. That's kind of how I am with anything. So something that I found that really helps me is just CBD. I've had CBD tea that really helps. I use CBD oil. I use CBD creams. I have CBD gummies. CBD is my best friend. I wouldn't tell you guys about it if I didn't stand by it. It's something that not only helps my pain, but when I'm in pain, I kind of get anxious, especially that back pain, because I almost feel like claustrophobic, if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody's gonna relate to this. Like, it's one thing to have a cut on your finger, you can like see it and like validate it and like know what it's going on, but like when I have pain in my back, I'm like, what's going on back there? And it kind of freaks me out. When I'm in pain, but I'm also like kind of on edge, and CBD helps both of those things. On that note, I actually have a sponsor for today. It's Green Roads, which is a CBD company, and guys, they have the best CBD cream I've like ever used. I've used other CBD creams, they work, but this one's like the strongest one I've used that works like almost immediately. This is it. Cute little travel size. I like that it's travel size because I like to like bring it on the plane. And then another thing that I use before flight, just because I get kind of scared when there's turbulence, is their CBD oil. The stuff's super good too. I know when I say CBD, people are like, oh my god, weed, edibles, I'm gonna get high. There's no THC in it. I can't stress it enough. I mean, and I understand why you think that, because when I first learned about CBD a couple years ago, I was like, like I'm not doing that. Like that sounds scary and I don't want to feel different. And whenever I take CBD, I don't feel different in the sense of like, whoa, dude, like you just feel better. All of a sudden, you know, like a couple minutes later, I'll just be doing what I'm doing, and then I realize, I'm not anxious anymore, but I still feel myself. I think this is a really safe thing to rely on for anxiety and or pain. So if you guys want to check it out, I have a link down in the description. If you use my code Kristen15, you get 15% off your first order. To get anything from there, if you have pain, I'd say get the cream. If you are more wanting to dabble in it for like anxiety purposes, I would say get the gummies because they are fire. I don't have them to show because I ate them all. Okay, let's get into this video. I noticed that anytime I do show my interest or like show anything about my body or workouts or anything like that, you guys are really interested. One of the few times I've talked about my sciatica, my DMs were filled with people being like, I have it too. What do I do? It hurts so bad, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, sciatica is very common, and beyond sciatica, I think many things that I feel are common, and why not use my platform to help you guys? Because honestly, I wish when I was younger and I felt pain like this, I had somebody there to tell me their experience. I wish I could have dealt with things at a younger age so it didn't develop into what it is today. That sounds way scarier than it is. I'm fine. It could definitely be worse. In no way is this pity. In no way am I saying that I have this terrible life block problem. It's just something that I'm working on physically, and I just thought I would share it with people. So I've always been pretty athletic. I was a competitive cheerleader for about 10 years. If you are a cheerleader, or if you know any cheerleaders or gymnasts or dancers, it takes a toll on your body. I think every sport has like a specific injury that like everybody gets. Like I feel like cheerleaders, we kind of mess up our backs and our knees. When I was like 10 years old, I was at school, and you know, and you get the scoliosis test. I don't know if your school did this, but like there was literally like a van in front of the school, and like you went in and like had to bend over and they just like touch your spine. It sounds freaking creepy as hell. I did that and they were like, yeah, you know, you definitely have scoliosis. Nothing you need to worry about, because my concern was, am I gonna have to get surgery? Like, is this something I need to like take really seriously? And they were like, no, you're fine, you're fine. This story is not going to the fact that I need surgery. Thank God. I just want to preface that because I feel like that sounded like a foreshadowing moment, and it wasn't. Today, I still have scoliosis. It doesn't really go away. I mean, some scoliosis you can correct. Mine, I can't. It is so much much, I literally don't even know how I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, so bringing it back. About 2 years ago, I was working out really, really intensely. I was doing a group class. In hindsight, now the way I look at group classes personally for my body is they're quite dangerous, because when you have imbalances in your body, or if you have any like certain things you need to be easier on or whatever, group classes can be difficult for you because the instructor is usually just there to instruct the class of, you know, like 12, 15, whatever. And they're not so much looking at every person, looking at their form. Form is everything. When it comes to working out, you can sit there and you can muscle through things, but you're probably gonna hurt yourself. If your form is not right, not only are you hurting yourself, but you're not even working out the thing that you're probably intending to. Of course, I've always known that, but I was like, I'm doing it fine. You know, like I look great. I did look great. I was very happy with my body, but you know, I'd get home and I wouldn't be able to fall asleep because my back hurt so bad. And Scott would have to rub this certain knot that I've had in my back literally since I was like 12. I would just ignore it. And then, you know, I'd be on the rower machine, my knee would click and it would hurt. And I'd be like, it's fine, muscle through. I have 30 more seconds. One day I'm running and my knee, my right knee, and I've had problems with my right knee, but it was more of like less of a lock and more of like a sharp pain. And I was like, okay, something's wrong. Literally from the gym, I'm like hella sweaty. I Googled like best sports chiropractor near me and I went to him and I saw him for the next like year after that. And he also said, I don't see anything wrong with your knee. Your hamstrings are really tight though. I did some like massage, some electric stim. I did that for about a year and I saw a little improvement. You know, nothing to knock the doctor. He was a great doctor, but I would say the only thing I really got from that was depressed. I went from working out every day very intensely, like loving it, to being in pain and not being able to run. I'm such an all or nothing person. Like if I can't do it all, then I don't want to do it at all. Like I hate that I'm like that. Don't be like that. I started seeing my body change just with age too. I mean, you know, once a woman gets older, your body is literally getting ready to have kids. You can't lose that certain fat because your body's like, I'm saving it for babies. I just kind of stopped going to him because I wasn't in any pain anymore, just because I wasn't doing anything at all. And then a year after that, up until like a couple months ago, I was not active at all. So a couple months ago, I met Jenna and we got to talking and she was like, yeah, I'm a personal trainer. And I hit her up and I've been training with her ever since. The reason I go into that is because Jenna has literally like helped my body so much. So I never really had a personal trainer before, and it was kind of intimidating at first because I was like, I don't know, like I didn't know her and I didn't know, I don't know where the sentence is going. You know, I told her about my sciatica and my back and, you know, what I just told you guys, and she was like, okay, because I told her I hadn't been to a chiropractor in like over a year, and she's like, okay, I want you to see one. I want to touch base with whoever you go to and just kind of get to know where your body's at right now, because I don't want to start working out something that could potentially be hurt. Something I also didn't tell you guys, this video is a mess, is I have a cracked vertebrae. I guess I should have said that in the beginning when I talked about my scoliosis. But when I told her I had a cracked vertebrae, she was like, okay, I definitely want you to see somebody before we start. It's the vertebrae that's like right at my bra strap, if you cared which vertebrae I was cracked. And I was like, okay, well the guy I was seeing, you know, I didn't really like 100%. She was like, oh yeah, I work really closely with this wellness doctor. His name is Jonathan Leary. And I was like, great. Hook it up. I would love to, you know, get a second opinion. He readjusted me and I told him about my past, and the conclusion we came to is I'm just really, really tight. Everything I knew before wasn't proved wrong. It's just the way that I envisioned the rest of my life changed when I met with Jonathan for the better. I was told from my last doctor, you're never gonna run again. You're gonna have to do very, very light workouts forever, which is fine. You know, I'm grateful. It could be worse. And when I met with Jonathan, I told him that and he was like, you're still very young. You weren't in an accident. Thank God. It could be worse. You definitely have skeletal imbalances and muscle imbalances, but it's something that you will be able to work through. When he told me that, like I could cry right now. Like that was like the coolest thing to hear. And I think I'd get emotional. So yeah, when he told me that, I was like, frick yeah, tell me more. And he told me that my legs were like really different in length, but it's because I was so tight that like my muscles on my right side were like so I can't even explain. I honestly wish I did this video with him so he could tell you. The first thing I said, am I gonna be able to run again? He was like, yeah. Like, you know, not right now, maybe not even in 6 months, but to say you can never run for exercise ever again, like that's quite dramatic, you know. He told me a lot, and I know I'm not gonna be able to tell you guys absolutely everything as far as my imbalances because I can't even remember everything I've been told over these past couple months of rebuilding and repairing my body. So after I had that consultation with him, he and Jenna collaborated and talked about everything, and now every time I work out with Jenna, we start every workout with seeing if my right glute activates, because that was a big thing that wasn't working. Even at my last doctor, when I would do like certain glute exercises on the Pilates machine, he'd be like, okay, you should be feeling this in your glute, blah, blah, blah. My left side totally felt it. My booty was burning. My right side, I'm like, I feel it in like my hamstrings, but that's about it. Jonathan discovered that my piriformis muscle was so tight that it was like cutting off all activity to my right glute. Once we got to the bottom of that, and once I started like rolling out, other key, stretch and foam roll out. Once I started rolling out, then doing those like booty exercises that I would do before, and I feel it in my right glute, and it's the craziest feeling ever. I also can say, and this is freaking dope to say, I have not had sciatica pain in like about a month. And anytime I feel like the tiniest bit, I do my stretch, because that's another thing. I will never ignore pain again. I feel like this video has become more of a rant than anything, but honestly, it's made me feel better. So I just thought I'd get my story out there. I think over time, fitness for me has become more than just having a good body or looking good or whatever. And even down to like glute exercises. I've always looked at glute exercises like, oh, it's when people want like a big butt. But like, no, your glute supports so much of your body. Building my glutes, like now I never have lower back pain. There's so much more to building muscle than what you look like on the outside. It's overall comfort, it's overall health. I don't know, I can go on forever, but taking care of your body is so important for this moment in time and the rest of your life. And I can't stress that enough. So if I've inspired anybody to get out there and take care of yourself, I've done my job. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Probably won't do it again unless you guys liked it. I do kind of talk about this stuff more on my Instagram. Like whenever I work out with Jenna, I post about it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!